Hello and welcome. This is Dragon88 here. It's been a while. I know. But we're going to be playing Terran Legacy today. And I'll get into some of the explanations as to what's going on as we play. I am Recruit Dapper Dan, which is named after one of the many characters I made for Fallout 4 at some point. He was going to be my Brotherhood of Steel character, or is my Brotherhood of Steel character, to say. Haven't completed the game with him yet. Wastelands, Hospital, Bob's Guns, Armor, Training Bank, Map, or the Multiplayer Arena, Barracks, and Dark Corner. I think they've had Dark Corner labeled as something else before. And that's only really useful after you get up to, I think it's Corporal. So let's we have standard weapons and standard armor. Let's see if we can get anything. By the way, this is a browser-based game. I have it set in a full screen mode. Oh, I forgot to adjust the screen for that. Which means you guys are probably not going to see all this stuff down at the bottom. You can see the main stuff that's important, though. There'll just be a tiny bit down at the bottom that will be cut off for you guys. So hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. Standard combat rifle. Costs, everything's more expensive than the money I have. Oh, and it only has weapons. Go back to base. Oh, armor has a separate shop, and it's... The standard armor is cheaper, but the rest of it, oy, okay. So obviously the first thing we're gonna have to do is go do some grinding. The idea, by the way, is to try to get as much money as possible. Wait, oops, I forgot I should actually probably bank my money. 50. Deposit. Thank you. Alright. So, back to base. And you can see what these icons from StarCraft. So this is a StarCraft-based game. StarCraft-based text adventure. Much in the same way as something like Kingdom of Loathing was initially. So we're going to go and search the wasteland first. Encounter a level 2 Zergling! Attack! You can see up here, you hit the Zergling. Oh, it hit me for 5 out of 45. Okay, that's not so bad. And I hit it for 2. Oh, and I can actually see what it has. Nice. I'd forgotten about that. I think the format of these like boxes is newer than the last time I went and played, but that was also 10 years ago, something like that. Yeah, I used to play this game quite a bit back in the day. Yay, I killed the Zergling! I got monies. Do I risk my money by going into another fight? I'll go to base and deposit. Bonk. Okay. $17! Which I don't know why they decided to include the cents area, because as far as I know, you can't actually get you can't get denominations that small. I suppose unless you die, maybe? Because when you die... No, I think when you die, you just lose all your credits, so... Alright, let's search again! Another level 2 Zergling. Let's just fight this one till death. I killed it, got 19 credits. That wasn't so bad. Do one more. Oh, it's a level 1 Zergling. So, yeah, as I said before, I was going to be getting into some of the reasons why, which a large part of it is just not having time to do the edits, because I've been trying to keep things in sequence, and I reached some things that required more detailed editing, and editing the Crusade videos is a big, long, arduous process when there's a whole bunch of dropouts and whatnot. Which is not fun, but I mean, that way it's better for you guys because you're not seeing this massive video that has a lot of nothing. But I'm also planning on trying to work on a couple other projects that require a lot more editing. And I do mean a lot more editing. Oh, I died. Cannot play for 5 minutes. Well, I guess this will be a long time thing. I'm in stasis. Am I out of stasis yet? Oh, there's a broken image file here. And oh, it does actually update. Oh, and here we go. Maybe if you click enough, you'll resurrect. Yeah, it used to be. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that it had. What are you? Some kind of tough guy? Well, one of the things it had before was join the army, they said. Or maybe, yeah. Join the army, they said. See the world, they said. I'd rather be sailing. Which was a nice little funny thing. But yeah, some of this stuff's been going on with me. Oh boy. So there's been a lot of kind of personal stuff that I don't really want to get into here. There's also a lot of it's just been a lot of things happening, including there was the whole campfire. I mean, they don't. It's a weird name because it's named after Camp Creek, so it's the campfire as opposed to the Camp Creek fire, which makes it weird to say because, yeah. Apparently I forgot to turn that off. It was a massive fire, and yeah, there was also this whole thing of Dragon's Hold falling apart and dying. That was no fun. Very much no fun. But I did end up making a new Discord server, which I'm going to be trying to go. I still have to do this. I still have to go through all of the old videos where I had the Discord server and put in the new Discord server, which is a lot more oriented around myself and some of the other people you've seen or heard, at least in my videos. And it's more based around our content as opposed to the big, massive general hangout thing that Dragon's Hold was, which had spots for almost every topic that we could conceive of. And if somebody came up with something that didn't fit into one of those topic areas, then we figured something out. But that didn't work so well. Democratic Discord servers seem to not do very well for reasons. Primarily being that you want everyone to agree with each other, and then once they don't agree, there ends up being a falling out. But, yeah, so that was that whole fiasco. And I've been still recording all of the Crusade videos. I just haven't been posting them up on the regular, which is partly good because that means that my players can't go and get views of what is ahead from my nice GM view. But on the other hand, it means that if somebody misses a session, they can't just go watch the video to catch up. And yeah, there's also all the Dragon family videos, which myself and my parents were playing Civilization, and we actually completed that game. Playing wise, I need to still edit and post all of the videos because there was a lot of them. And yeah, we actually started playing Alpha Centauri, and we've been off of playing that particular Alpha Centauri game for quite a while. And I will be putting those up. Those ought to have much easier edits on them than the video that I've been stuck on primarily. And getting stuck on a video is not a nice thing, in particular with the whole process of things. It sucks, because every time I go back, I want to finish it, and then it ends up being that much more work. There's also the fact that my program keeps crashing, which is not fun, because the Civilization videos, as we record them, are generally about an hour, and I'm starting to think that maybe I should just, instead of like... The problem is, the program that I'm using doesn't like long... Oh, look, I'm back. Yay, I'm healed. Okay. And we still have our $102. I'm sure you guys have at least come across games like this before. But, yeah, I get into these kind of... I boot up the program to, you know, edit a video, and it killed me? Well, I guess it gives me more explanation time, doesn't it? Yeah, so I boot up my editing program. Or I already kind of covered that a little bit. But with the longer videos that I record, sometimes that are, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 hours long, the program has a hard time putting in any cuts, and will sometimes straight up crash when I try to put in a cut. It seems to do a lot better with like the half-hour videos. The problem is I don't always remember to cut things off at the appropriate time, and that ends up becoming problematic. And the fact that I no longer have a second screen to utilize also makes it harder. But man. Just so much stuff going on. Yeah, and in order to make that editing process easier, I often take the longer videos and I break them down into those half-hour chunks, as you might have noticed. I try to aim for about a half hour. Sometimes I'll bring it down to like 20 minutes, which is what I should probably start doing with those Civ videos. And sometimes I'll make it a bit longer, like 40 minutes, because I try to find a nice break point in there. There's also that for the editing process, I have to watch the entire thing, which means that if I have an hour's worth of content, I'm often spending 3-4 hours of watch time watching through it to make sure that it goes okay, on top of the trying to get all the edits in. And I prefer Let's Play videos that are much more kind of smash cutty. But oh, and you got to see the thing. I'd rather be sailing. Yes. But the projects that I'm hoping on getting going that are going to be longer edits are going to be talking about, which was actually the original goal of this channel in the first place, was so I could produce a show that was a more in-depth look into the cultural origins, or at least possible cultural origins, and designs of, and origins of the designs and such of things from RPG games. I know that there are other things that cover similar aspects of other things, like there's Gaijin Goomba doing it for video games and now anime. And that means that, some of the topics will be retraversed because they're in both things. But, yeah, like I planned on doing a Goblin episode, and he did a Goblin episode already. But they're gonna take longer, partly because of a little bit because of research, which I have a fairly fast knowledge of a lot of things, but it's not 100% complete, and I always like to double check things. There's also just the edit time that these are going to take, and the question of, do I want to use a script or do I want to do it more organically? I'm probably going to end up using a script. Now, there's a set of videos that I've been meaning to do as well, which is going to be more off the cuff, and they're going to be much easier to do and easier to post, which requires me getting people into a voice chat with me and allowing me to go off on certain topics, which will be a kind of it'll be a set of opinion videos, basically. That's what it'll end up being, basically, is a set of opinion videos. And 21 seconds! Admittedly, playing this does bring me back quite a lot, because I used to play this quite a lot as my main internet game, and I used to play StarCraft a lot, which I did start a recording of going through it full legit, which is probably going to be kind of problematic because there are certain missions where, when I was much younger, a kid and young teen, I always use cheat codes to get past them. Generally by using the invulnerability cheat, which was power overwhelming. Just makes it so your units don't take any damage. The thing is, if you save it and then you come back to it, if you save it with the invulnerability on and then you come back to it, the invulnerability goes away. So at one point I had a save game that was in the last mission of the Protoss, which is my favorite, by the way. And the I had one zealot warrior, zealot, however you say it, and it was in the Zerg base, and I saved it and came back to it later, and my war just immediately died because it was in the middle of this massive thing taking tons of damage that no warrior would be able to survive for very long. And being in the middle of it, it was like half a second. Which is kind of amusing, because the Zerg built themselves up to have that level of defense, for one. But it's meant to be a really hard thing to get through. And I did actually come up with a pretty good strategy for when playing the Protoss that can eliminate most bases. I tend to have a little bit of a hard time when there's a ton of anti-air, but it seems to work out still pretty well. Oh! You see a plastic card sticking out of the ground. You pick it up. It has a strange word, Visa, written on it. You feel 62 credits richer. Yeah, and see, this is the kind of stuff that I kind of really liked about playing this game before. It had a humorous twist on it, and it was set in the StarCraft universe, which I always kind of liked. But yeah. 62. Yay! Do I have enough? I might have enough. I'll have to make a withdrawal, but I might have enough for a new weapon? See, the problem is, for any weapon that I buy, the sellback value is half. So do I want to... Do I want to get a new gun now, or do I want to just build up until I can get the best gun here? Oh, definitely not building up to the best gun. Okay, so what's a reasonable weapon I might be able to get my hands on? I could turn myself into a flamer. $15 to $35, $17 to $22, but it does both just fine without any of the half damage stuff. So I think this is actually the better weapon. It's also got a much smaller damage range, which makes it better in that way as well. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and go for that. Alright. And I actually need to check to see what amount of time we have on this, but you know, it's been a bit. I'm going to call this video here. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to support more content like this, please subscribe. Put down whatever your thoughts, comments about the game, about what I said, etc. in the comments down below. And after you subscribed, if you want to be kept up to date as to when everything's coming out, because it changes a lot, unfortunately, then hit the little bell icon after you subscribed to get your little nerd alert. A lot of people call it Notification Squad. I'm calling it the Nerd Alert. Yeah. So, till next time, be awesome to each other.